Hi, good morning, students. Let us today study the differentiation between certain questions from transport in plants and reproduction in plants. Differentiate between osmosis and diffusion from transport in plants. Osmosis. It is limited only to the liquid medium. Diffusion occurs in all mediums, maybe it solid, liquid, or gas. Most importantly, it requires a semi-permeable membrane, and diffusion does not require a semi-permeable membrane. It depends upon the number of solute particles dissolved in the solvent, and diffusion depends on the presence of other particles. Osmosis requires water for the movement of particles. Diffusion does not need water for the movement of the particles. In osmosis, only the solvent molecules can diffuse, and in diffusion, both the molecules of solute and solvent can diffuse. The flow of particles occur only in one direction in case of osmosis. The flow of osmosis occurs in all the directions. Let us differentiate between xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and mineral salts from the roots to the aerial parts of the plant. Phloem translocates food from the leaves to the storage organs and growing parts of the plant. Xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Phloem is made up of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. For xylem, the conducting cells, vessels, and tracheids are dead. For phloem, conducting cells or sieve tubes are living. For xylem, conduction is unidirectional. For phloem, the conduction is bidirectional. Unidirectional means from the root towards the top of the plant, and phloem, it can either move from upwards from the plant to downwards or from downward to upward. Conduction does not require any expenditure of energy, but in case of phloem, conduction requires expenditure of energy. From the reproduction in plants, androecium versus gynoecium. Androecium is the male fertilizing organ of a flower, typically consisting of a pollen containing anther and a filament. Gynoecium, the female organs of a flower comprising the stigma, style, and ovary. Androecium is also known as the male reproductive organ. Gynoecium is the female reproductive organ. Androecium is also called the stamen. Gynoecium also called the pistil or carpel. Androecium is composed of anthers and filaments. Gynoecium is composed of stigma, style, and ovary. Rest two differences that is given here you are required to know in the higher classes. So you may omit these two differences given in the last. Budding versus fragmentation. Budding is a type of asexual reproduction in which a new organism develops from an outgrowth or bud due to cell division at one particular time. Fragmentation is a type of asexual reproduction in which the body of the parent organism breaks off into pieces that subsequently regenerate. Occurs in both unicellular and multicellular organisms is budding, and fragmentation occurs only in multicellular organisms. Budding occurs in yeast, amoeba, sea anemone, etc. Fragmentation is in planaria, fungi, jellyfish, lichens, starfish, etc. Budding produces a single daughter organism. Fragmentation produces several daughter organisms. And for budding, daughter cells undergo cell growth to become a mature organism. And for fragmentation, daughter organisms undergo regeneration. Next, stamen and carpel. Stamen is the male reproductive organ of the flowering plant, and carpel is the female reproductive organ of flowering plant. Stamen has two parts, anther and filament. Carpel has three parts, style, stigma, and ovary. Stamen produces pollen grains, and carpel it produces ovule. Stamen, pollen grain, contains the male gamete. Carpel, ovule contain the female gamete, ovum or egg. The grafting and layering. Grafting is a technique of inserting a part of one plant into another plant in such a way that the two will unite and continue their growth. Layering. The stems that form roots while still attached to the parent plants are called layers. Propagating the plants in this medium is known as layering. Grafting. Two plants of the same species are required for grafting. Layering. Only one plant is required for layering. Grafting helps to pressure and perpetuate varieties that cannot be reproduced by vegetative method. In layering, we can propagate the plant varieties which are required by us. Grafting is used to obtain a plant with desirable characters. In layering, the plant already has desirable characters is propagated. Grafting. The two plants, stalk and scion, are joined together in such a way that the two stems join and grow as a single plant. The common practice in layering is to ensure the portion to be layered by notching, cutting and girdling. See students, these differences come during your examinations, so you can choose your points from here, or you can additionally enhance your knowledge from these differences that I have given to you. So this is all for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.